Hello guys, good to see you. It's time to code, and today we're gonna take it from where I've left it last time and try to set up the messages to be in real time with subscriptions and look on having a possibility to create more channels and maybe even create users and direct messages and things like this. I'm not going to focus too much on creating users because in the next stream I will most probably add Auth0, so the creation will be handled between Auth0 and Hasura backend. But yeah, today it will be all about remembering in which channel you are getting those messages back from the backend, and also about having live subscriptions running, which I've managed to do it. If you remember in the last stream, there was a problem with the subscriptions. I couldn't make it work. The main reason was that we were using Apollo Boost, and from Apollo Boost you can't really configure the links. So what I've did, I think 10 minutes after I closed the stream, I figured out that if I install all the other packages separately, that Apollo Boost bundles, then I will be able to have both an HTTP link and also, so this is the HTTP link here, and also I would like to have a subscription link. So this is just what we managed to copy from the documentation that you find on Apollo. The only difference is that in here I passed the link instead of the URI. In the URI part, it was from the Apollo Boost. Link was not a property that was recognized by Apollo Boost. So what I did, I've replaced the Apollo client that I'm importing from Apollo client, and I'm using Apollo HTTP link and the WebSocket as the last time. So the only difference is that instead of having Apollo Boost here, we have the Apollo client that we are importing. And now in the message box, also one of the solutions that we tried was given that you have a query and then you subscribe to it. So in this query, we are fetching the messages that you see here. And then we say subscribe to more. So it's gonna retrieve them with the query, and then it will automatically also transform it into a subscription. The subscription, you already know it because we've hard-coded here. What I would be interested in this stream is that to be able to pass variables instead of having this hard-coded value. So we'll see how we can do this today. So coming back to this, we are saying that we are subscribing to that subscription, and we update the query based on the results. If there is something which comes back, we pass the data. If there is no data that comes from the subscription, we return the previous array of messages. So whatever it was fetched before, it's returned here. If the subscription returns something, then we just drop it in here. One thing which I've also did, I've created some, as you can see here, some typing definitions for the queries. I'm using the Apollo CLI for this. I've created a script here, create types. It uses Apollo CodeGen generate. I want them outputted in the source generated folder. Target is Typescript. The endpoint is the one that we know of Hasura, and to look inside the files for the tag name GQL. The reason why I'm using MPX and not the Apollo CLI bundled into the node modules is because I have a weird error. It says that I should have only one instance of GraphQL, and I looked online and I couldn't quickly find a solution. So I just added this this part here. But that's not why we are here to talk. Here we are interested in making subscriptions working. So we come back to the message box, and I only want to quickly demonstrate you that if I add some data, it will come here. And then we just quickly hook it up to be more dynamic because, and one other, sorry, because I'm jumping from one idea to the other, I've changed into the message, which is spelled wrong as a matter of fact. I've changed the date type to be a timestamp with time zone, mainly because I want to have a similar look and view and feel with Slack, which also tells you the minute, I think, when they've typed, not only the date. So we will change this quickly in the front end afterwards as well. But what I want to show you is that the subscription actually works. So I'm just gonna take the channel ID from here and put it into Hasura. So the channel ID is this, bodies test subscription on live stream, and the user ID is user 2, for instance. Save, and you immediately see it here. Cool, that's very nice. Now that we have this, I would like to have some sort of possibility that if you click on this button, these channel buttons, or on this, that you fetch the data that's related to these items and not this pre-configured data, because we have the setup in place for subscriptions. But now I would like to pass variables to Apollo to make the query. So I would suggest to start doing it by creating a context, a reducer in the context. And from there, we will have like a small store to handle this information. Why I don't want to use like the link state of Apollo is because I don't like to write GraphQL queries to fetch this kind of stuff. So I only for the sake of it, I think it's easier if we create something in the context, like a small store. There is no point in using Redux or something else, and we can quickly doing it. So let's do it. I will call it store, as a matter of fact. File. I will call it store.t6 maybe. Okay. So what do we have? Context React. I know we have to use React create context or something like that, but I just want to create context. Yes. Okay. So import all as React. Okay, we call it store context. No. And we will have a function which would be called store context. Naming conventions, store context dot provider. But we have the provider here. What is it? Individual declarations, immerse declarations, store context must be all exported. I don't get it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Store context, and this is store context provider. Okay. Say props.children. We have here some props. React Node. Okay, cool. Yes, and here we will use a reducer. The way we create a reducer is here, use reducer. Okay. Function, we'll call it store reducer. I'll create an interface for the action. Oh, it's actually a type. So what do we want? We want selected channel. So we'll have a type selected channel. Come on. Type in the name of God. What is it? Okay, and payload should be string. So I expect to be of type action. I just want to strongly type them so that later on it's easier for me. So case selected channel. I could actually make them an enum, but yeah. Different casings. Okay. State. We also want to have an interface for state, which now is selected channel, which is of type string. So we have this, and very important to make sure that we return state. Yeah, without an equal here. Selected channel action dot payload. This one, no. Okay. And we will have React. We'll create a reducer. Use reducer. Store reducer. And we need to pass an initial value. Const initial store value. Selected channel. What? I don't want to type it again. It's like this. Okay. Okay. So the selected initial store value. Okay, so what do we pass? We pass to the context. We have the store and dispatch. So what we provide here is value. Hate it. This touch bar, I always touch it with my finger. So I'm passing store and dispatch. Okay. I have so many errors here that I don't expected an assignment or a function call. What do you mean? No unused variable. Oh, this one I don't. Yeah, what? Did I do something wrong? Why to use context provide value, some value. Did I do something wrong? No, don't think so. Oh yeah, of course. We need a return in front. If I would pay attention, maybe I'll be more careful. Is not assignable to type now. Okay, so we have to strongly type yeah, well, we can use the initial store value. Okay, yes, lint, you are annoying. So I mean, JavaScript is anyway hoisting this thing, so I don't want to. Yes, lint, where is it? Don't I have any lint? Okay. Just gonna move it here. I will have to create an ESLint file and disable some rules because some of them are just annoying. Okay. Yeah, and this should have the same thing as state, right? So if I create a context, expects to have this form, but what you don't like here? Type store, dispatch not assigned to object leader may only specify known properties, and store does not exist in type state. Ah, okay. Then look, I would actually want to have state and need an interface for the context. And I'm thinking the good option. So we have interface context extends state, and it has dispatch. Which takes an argument action of type action, and a payload type any, right? And it returns void. And in this case, this should work. Okay. That's true. So why do you want the dispatch? What I can do is to do it like this. Get the initial store value and dispatch to be no. No, it's not assignable to blah blah blah. Okay. Then we do it like this. Happy? Really annoying part. Okay. So we spread the store and then dispatch. Now we have it. Yay, finally. Took me how long? 10 minutes to create a provider. So it's so bad at this thing. Apollo provider, and we want to have our store context provider, or how is it called? Store context provider, yeah. Okay. We move. Come on. Move. Okay. Nice. Format. Save all. Now, what I want is like when we click on one of these, it will put the ID into the store here. So we need to go to the channels, right? And we have the channel item. Okay. This channels is more like a container, isn't it? So, or can we do it from here? No, come on. Get in. Get inside of it. Okay. Where is the channel item? Channel titles. Oh, channel item is just some. Okay. So on click, I would like it to do something. So I will use context. Oh, come on, TypeScript. React, use context. No. What I want is to have access to the context that I've just created. So I think I need to export it as well. So where is it? Store context. Export store context. Store context. Okay. And I want to get selected channel. It's not like we have anything else. And dispatch. Yes. Okay. And no, we don't actually need the selected channel. We only need the dispatch. So we will do here. Let's do. I like it better to write the function here. Select channel. Okay. We take an ID, which is of type string. And we say dispatch type selected channel and payload. I could actually make like an enum or something which would work even better than this. So I will do it right afterwards, and it will be the ID. Okay, so on click, we want, yeah, I still need to do it like this, select channel, channel ID. Okay, cool. I just want quickly to create those enums because it's just on my mind. I want to have it nicely typed. One thing which after I do this, I want to mention, well, before doing the enum part, I want to mention one thing. I think it's very important to consider using context or Redux or something else. The context is harder to debug compared to the Apollo link state, to which you have the Apollo DevTools, or Redux, to which you can add the logger or the Redux DevTools. So, but for me, it's easy now because it's quite simple. I'm not gonna do any kind of async operations in my store, so I leave it to Apollo to do that. So you see, there are advantages and disadvantages, and I think this one is small enough so that I can use the context. But if you need something bigger, I think it's a good idea to still look into Redux or Apollo link state because it's easier to debug in the end, and it's very important to have debuggability tools. But coming back to the enum actions, I think we have selected channel. Okay, which I will also export it. We go here and we say actions not selected channel. This is how I like it. In this way, I don't care. I can change it as much as I want because if I think the naming convention is wrong or something, I'll just replace the enum. I know it's in the compiled file, it will be something else, but it's TypeScript, so we can do it. Actions. Okay, selected channel. Did it import it right? Store, I don't think so. So we can do it like this. Okay, so let's try to see how yeah, okay, I'll save all of them, and just for the sake of seeing if it works, I want to console log here the store because we don't have any other way of debugging it for the right. Why does it always import now? It's console because I don't need it. Okay, inspect console, selected channel. I go here. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. But we didn't do it at the messages level, so we need to do it there. Good thing that we did this. So, we go into the sidebar, direct messages, and I guess we need to do the same thing as we did it for the channels, right? So we are just going to copy this part. I know it's, can we actually extract it in something else? doesn't come to my mind quickly how we can do it because it's not an effect. Store context. What do we need? Actions. Message item. Okay, it's just the styled component. So we say on click. Selected channel. Select channel, and it's channel.id. All right. That's it. Oh. Okay, one thing which I want here, besides doing it, so we have message item. I want cursor to be type pointer. Okay. And for the channels, why is not of type pointer? Because it's without this and like this. Okay, cool. It works. So channels. This is the same code. It bothers me that it's in both places. So I'm just gonna delete this. I'm gonna go inside direct message and I'm gonna export this thing. Normally, now it's still manageable, but I would use separate files for style components. So I think I'll do a cleanup somewhere sometime in a future episode. So we export the message item, which actually I will rename it into something else. I will just rename it in item. Rename symbol. I will just call it item. Need rename here, yes. And inside here, I will just call item. Put it. Cool. So yeah, hop, nice. Okay, now what we want is inside channels and items, we want to fetch the right thing, right? So inside the message box, we want to have access to const. Okay. We want to have access to the selected channel so that we know what query we want to make. So use context. No, I don't want to update the profiler. No, please. And what context? Or context. I think I got it wrong with the naming that I've put, but for now I'll just leave it like that. So now that we have it, we should be able to pass as variables something message query. And here, do we have variables? Yay, we have. And we will say channel ID. I think we need to pass something like this. Channel ID equals selected channel. Hope I've put it right. So now if we update our query to say selected How do I channel ID? Sorry. Channel ID. Ooh, what am I doing? And if we replace it here with channel ID, subscription, channel ID. Oh yeah, I have to to strongly type it so that GraphQL understands the type of what I'm sending. String, not string declaration. I think I'm one of the worst typers ever. I can barely type something, which makes sense. Yeah, as you can see, I've misspelled the name of the table when I've created it, and I'm too lazy to rename it. Okay. Variable selected channel. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it will fail because on load there will be nothing selected. Of course, cannot read property message of undefined. Yeah, of course not. So what we will do is like if no data, then return what do we return? No messages. What? Cannot read property message of undefined. No data and not loading. What? Okay. But what does it even make a query? GraphQL extension. So let's put it like this. If it's an error, just say that it's an error. Error. Display the error. Otherwise, no. Because we definitely have an error somewhere. Do we? But yeah, I need to pass a variable, I guess. So the default one should be, I'm just, for the sake of God, but we can start with this value. Can I copy it? No, I cannot. But I can go in here and copy it from here. Most probably what we have to do is like to keep in memory what you, not in memory, in the local storage, what you've selected, and do it like this, or find a better solution. But I just want to make it work, so we will start with this one. Initial value store, selected, this one. There we go. Cannot read property message of undefined extensions. Selections where channel ID is used in position expecting UUID. Okay, so first of all, I've put the wrong thing, as always. Is message box? Indeed, it is a UUID. So okay. Yeah. Now if I take out, I just wonder now if I go into the store. Let's see. And I remove this one. I'm just curious. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it's gonna throw an error, of course. But I actually want to start from an empty value. I want to fix this bug, so I would say if no data, then show me select a channel. Yeah, I guess it makes sense because it makes this query if it needs to have something. So okay, but it does come membership channel message. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay, so let's try it like this. What do you, object is possibly undefined. If data and no data.message, please select the channel. What in the name of God you don't want? Really? Really? ID. Oh, is, oh, what? What? Never mind. I'll just want to focus on doing on making it work, because otherwise we are wasting too much time with this one and can fix it later. So I'm just gonna hardcode this and test whether if I take something else. So if I go to general, I get this. If I go to random, why do I always get the same thing? Let's try to make it bigger. So what did I send? Variables, channel ID, okay? General. Okay, variables, channel. And why do I have this in return? Because this is so weird. Is it because of the subscription? Or no, I didn't. Let's try to do it without that. Okay. Random. General. Random. Ah, okay. It's because of the subscription. If I go here, I have this one. Okay. Yeah. One thing to debug at a time. So if I go to general, it should not give me this thing. So I'm just curious, what does it give me here? Encryption. Oh, come on. Again, this thing. This is annoying. What? What? Did I do something? Just don't get it. Consider using import, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Sorry. So, if I do this, message box 84. Okay. Mm-hmm. But this one doesn't resubscribe, so I do find it very weird. How can I cancel this subscription then? Uh, pu- 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 pu. Hmm. That's interesting. I wonder how I can subscribe to more GraphQL. Apollo, sorry. No. So we have this view Apollo. Okay. Should I mention React? Why it's Vue more popular than React in Google search? Subscription. Subscribe. Let's make it bigger a bit. 2 more. Okay, use it as a notification on any logic you want when it fires for it. Fetch more. What does fetch more does? Would it make sense to use this? Oh, okay, I've kind of uh, oh yeah. Need here to pass the variables, don't I? Update query, subscribe to more. Channel ID. Selected channel. I think it's this one. I hope it's this one. Okay. Random. Yes. Yes. Nice. Even though it does, you see, it does fetch it twice. Come here. Cool. That's nice. So yes, now that we have this, I would like to strongly type this, but I will do it some other type. I'm pretty sure Apollo provides something. Let's see, how is it? Subscribe to more. Subscribe function? Is the subscribe function? Expected 2 arguments. No, it's not this one. Subscribe to more options, maybe. Document variables update query. Yeah, you know what? I'll figure out later on what it is, because now we have a working stuff. So what I want to do is, like, for the time being, that we actually check that we have 2 users. So basically, when it reloads, I select the user, which would be user 1 or 2, because we only have 2 users, I think, for the time being. Yes, and they can chat with each other, or maybe upsert Hasura, that we can have multiple ones. Upsert mutation. Yeah. Mutation, upsert article on conflict. Convert. The tables with update permissions are upsert. To convert insert mutation to a specify unique or a primary key constraint and title, blah blah blah. Okay, then maybe we can figure something else, something out. Okay, I said that once we message box. Did I have a console log somewhere? Yeah, I want to delete this. We don't need it. We figure out. I want to save the channel that you selected. I want to save it into local storage. So I want to do some hook stuff. Right? Let's do some React hooks stuff inside the context. So what I will do is React use effect. This is a very simple effect. The dependency is store selected channel. So I want to run this effect only when the selected channel value is different. And then I will do local storage dot set item set item, how should I call it? Selected channel, of course. So much imagination. And it will be store.selected channel. Okay. And I want in my message box, I think, to fetch. Yeah. And you start from, not from this, but from local storage dot get item selected channel, or that stupid channel for the time being. Is it? Parsing error unexpected. Oh yeah. There we go. And we still have this console. Okay. So now if I go to random, cool. Oh, and I want the mutation to also send something. So we need to check that one as well. But I want to check first that we have local storage. Selected channel is this the one? Yes, most probably it is this one. Okay, so input, I think this is the input, right? Does it have a mutation variable? Yeah, we will have. I think we can copy it from here. So import it. Have to figure out in tsconfig why it doesn't import it correctly. But that's okay, that's okay. We are progressing. Let's see if it works. So no, it did not work. It refreshed and it still gave me this. Yes, because I've misspelled it again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So here I said like this, while here I said it like this. This is embarrassing, really. So I want to delete this. I want to go to the random one. And if I refresh, I get. Okay, so now test. Oh, and I want to replace this name as well. And maybe add the number of members later on. But one thing at a time. I'm having lots of ideas what can be improved, but I'm only speaking, not implementing anything. So test, and this looks horrible, but I'll fix it later on. Test from random channel. Yay, it works. Second test from random. Okay. Yes, and I want here to have a bold version for the selected, right? We want to know which we are. No, because the bold is where you have messages in red, and I think in Slack. So yeah, I'll just put it here. So we have the sidebar. Status, channels, direct messages. No, main content. Main content header. We want here, we paste the selected channel, course, and in here, I want to use selected channel. No. Yes. Ooh. I want the name of the selected channel. Okay. So that's a good thing, because now we know what we actually need inside inside the store, because we can have the selected channel ID which would have an ID type string and the name type string. So the selected channel would have an ID which would it's okay, we'll have to JSON parse local storage selected channel, right, and a name. This is so annoying. We would have to do it like this. So const initial channel. I want to put it separately because otherwise it looks too weird. So we have this argument. What? No. Okay. Or and the name it's what? General? Of course. This and string is not assignable type string. Yes. Okay, then we do it like this. Okay. So that the compiler is happy. Is it dumb Typescript that it cannot pick up that I'm doing an assertion here? Okay, so this like this. You get it like this if you're so stubborn. Initial channel. Okay. Selected channel. The payload for this is payload is a string. Where does it coming from? Type string is not assigned to type blah blah blah. But where do I get the payload? Yeah, because the payload is of type any, isn't it? Okay. Now, we have to come back to channels. And when you click, you actually pass something else, don't you? You pass the ID, which is the channel ID, and the name, which is the channel name. Okay. Here it expects ID. Channel, which has an ID of type string and a name type string. Payload is channel. Cool. This is in this, and we have it where in direct message as well. We want to pass ID and name, which is channel.name. Cool. And here we want to pass the channel, which is the dispatch doesn't have any kind of, oh yeah, because you can pass whatever payload you want. I should type it better. As a matter of fact, I should type it better. So that this thing doesn't happen. But I want to focus on the functionality, not on the typing now. So, and I'm focusing too much on small things and not happy. I want to move this thing forward. I can show you how you can strongly type it, but that's not the main purpose of what I want to show currently. Store. Okay. Yes, we need to stringify it. It's good that I've parsed it. You remember? At the top of the file. But here I haven't stringified. So, good for me. Okay, it doesn't work at all. Yes, because we need to delete it first. I need to find this. What? Where does this coming from? Because oh yeah, in main content, indeed. Main content header. Selected channel dot name. Now what? Cannot read property message of undefined. We are again at that thing. Yes, because the query that we are making it. Oh my god, I hate it. We need to pass the query. Where is the variables thing? Selected channel .id. Same thing here. Selected channel .id. Now it should work. Yes. And if we go to random, and if I add test 3, up. Where did it go? Where did it go? In the message box. No, in the input. Okay. Did it fail? Doesn't matter. Test. Yes, it appears. I would actually want to do maybe some optimistic UI or something regarding this thing, but not now. I want to have multiple users to be able to create channels and add direct messages. That's what I want today to finish. So I want to have a user, because now we only send with user 1. So I want inside the store do have I will do it, as a matter of fact, now. The strongly typed. It annoys me. I'm sorry that I have selected channel action. Is something like what? What did I do? Okay. What am I doing? I want to paste, not to undo. Okay, so apparently everything is missed. So actions. God, I hate myself. I'm pressing all over the keyboard. I'm such a bad typer. And the payload is of type ID string, name string. Why I'm doing this is because now I will add a second action, type user, which is of type user. Okay, so we have type. I want, when you log in, there is no selected user, so you select the user that you currently have, and then based on that we add to the queries the user ID, and so on. We can have a real-time chat application. So type actions. I think I've used the worst explanation ever. So basically, when you load, I want to prompt you a model where you type your username, and then it's capped into the store, and this should be your ID, the ID of the user that it is in the database, and with that you should be able to send data. So I hope it makes sense what I said. And the payload will be a string. User action. Okay. Interface. Da-na-na. User is this one. Okay. Okay. Yes. State should be immutable now. This is good to have strongly typed because now I know what I should return. Initial. Is this the initial, and the user is this? Okay. What you don't like? What's the problem? Type dispatch blah blah blah. Select the channel. Did I break the types on it? Because then I would hate myself. Yes, I did. It's of type string. Okay. Okay. Now, is it prompt the one that you can pass in some data? Because normally you would come from auth0, so I will have your ID. So now I will make it really, really simple. Please enter your name, blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we'll do a prompt on. I'll just do it very basic with prompt, or yeah, I'll do it with prompt because it's pointless to make it somehow different. for now, because you will basically log in, as I said, to Auth0, and I will have the data from the token. So yeah, okay, I will do it at the app level. Now, we don't really have access to this. So where do we have access to the context? We do have it in here, of course. So I want to run on mount. So when the application boots, I want to call this thing on you. So const prompt equals select a user. Value, and then if value, then dispatch. What can we dispatch? Type can be value. Okay. And then I will also set in local storage your username. Reason being, I want when you start to already be logged in, for instance, or for us, when I refresh, I don't want to constantly log in. Okay, this makes sense. Because normally I would have it in the token that comes from Auth0. So again, or in the cookie. So I will use local storage anyway. So this is some midway logic. Current user is the value. Okay. And we want for the initial user to be either local storage get item, what is it, current user. If that returns null, we want this. Okay. Yeah, and we want this to happen if if store dot user equals no, if we can remove this because JavaScript is smart enough. If we negate it, it's null or an empty string. So we want to run the prompt only. Cool. So now I want user 1. Okay. Yes, of course, because I don't have an action in my reducer. Comes as a shock now. Oh my god. We want user. Cool. So now I would like in my mutation In the input, I would like to take the user as well and say, user, isn't this cool? User ID, ta-da-na-na, ta-da-na-na. So we have it running, I think. Do we have to pass it somewhere else? No, I don't think so. So I think everything is all set. So let's try it. Now I'll say test from user 1. Do it like this. And I want a new window. Oh no, I don't want to do it like this because it's in local storage. So I'll do it in Firefox. Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay, select the user, user 2. Okay, go to random, test from user 2. Yay, it's working. So we have it in both places and we can even do it, I think, in Safari. Oh no, because I don't have a user tree. That's right. And we looked at the upsert thingy. But I think we are on the good path. On a good path, yes. What I want to do now is, well, I still want to do the upsert mutation though. Reason being is that I want to have multiple users because I want to have this and to have chats. Let's see if I go here. Test from user 1 private. Okay. You've seen that? Have you seen that? That's really weird. The subscription line. Let's do test user 2 private. Okay. It does work nice, but I don't like when it flickered here in general. See, I don't like this flickering. I'll have to investigate, but yeah, I want to add channels here, the possibility to add channels. So yeah, let's get into it because I want to have a mutation and what else? I would also like to have multiple users so that I can look for them in here. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. The difference I think in Slack is that this one is to create a channel and this one is to join a channel. So I want to look into this right now. So let's go. Okay, this one works. I'm happy. Channels. We have this. And I want on click. Oh, I want to have a mutation. So mutation. And I'm just gonna copy it from here. Mutation. Ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. Let's create the mutation. So what do we need in our structure is to create a channel and also a membership. So basically you have two mutations running. Can I run a batch of mutation? I'll try. I'm not an expert in in Apollo, so it's the first time that I'm actually using it more than a dummy thing. So I'll try. Create channel, mutation, which is GQL, right? Mutation, create channel. You actually want to have a chain of things because you first want to have the channel and then create a mutation after that. So let's do it like this. Create channel. Where is graphical? Mutation, insert channel. This is what I want. Okay. Hop. What do we want? It expects a name. That's it. But we don't want to do it here, do we? We want, when you click on that, to open a nice thingy. So we're just gonna wait. You see, I'm doing stuff which I'm not thinking it through, so I'm not doing the right stuff. So what I want is to open a separate page when you cut them. Like in Slack, for instance. What I want to do, cool, it's like if I do like this, you see it opens this page. So I want to create this thingy first, create the channel, find a way to create a mutation that will create a channel and a membership for you. And then that would be all, I think, for today. I will have to investigate that flickering thing with a subscription. But yeah, besides that, I don't think. But I know what might be for the subscription, but we have to look later on. But the problem is because I think no, it's on my mind, that one, so I need to check it now. Otherwise, I'll forget. So where channel ID is. So it does look in the channel ID, so I don't see why it's... Oh yeah, I know why. We have the flickering. You see how they do it here? They do like this. Well, I don't. I just dump something. So I think if we go here, we can actually do an object assign. We start from an empty object. They put the prev and subscription data. And I think now, if we try it, didn't it put it into the never mind. I have in my Firefox that it deletes everything. It doesn't remember the history, and that's why when I closed it, it got away. So you see here in the current user, I have it. So now let's say that I'm in this, and I say user 1, user 2, paste in here. I say test in general, and I send it. Where the hell did it send it? Where the hell did it send it? Because this is not right. What? I'm confused now. I'm really confused. But yeah, I know why. Because by default it was, I think. Let's try to write it in random. In this one, we are in general. Why is general empty? It's not here, but it's here in random. Cool. Now, if I write here test in random, have it here as well. If I go here, test direct. Ah, no, it still flickers. No, I have no idea how to fix it. So right now, I'll have to look into it, and I'll definitely let you know how I did it, or maybe I prepare it and do it together with you next time. But now I want to make it work with the channel, to create a channel, and to create a membership, and that would be for today. So let's first create a component that's I will say finder, because we will use it in all kind of stuff. Status component finder. Okay. I'll create a container, which is a div. A position fixed. Not like this template literals. Cool. It has a width 100, width height. So I want it to be full screen. I say top 0, left 0. I hope it doesn't take anything out of the context. I want to have a background color white. And that's about it for now. Container test inside. Okay, and we want this is again a name. I don't know how to name it. That container, so I say finder because you would use it to search as well. And though now we create so inside. I want the toggler to know if it's on or off. So I will use is model. I will call it model even though it's not a model. Open. Okay, and set model. I could actually make it as a model, and I should, I think, but for now we'll leave it like that. What is it? Yeah, of course, not in the return statement. Would be good to do it. Okay, now if is model open, show the finder. Otherwise, no. When you click on this one, you set the model to be true. Set model to be true. Okay. So, what? It's false, isn't it? And you click here. It definitely does something, but not what I want. Okay. Okay. But test inside. Where's the text? Color. Purple. I don't see the text. Ah, it's okay. It's here. Sorry. Too small. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It does what it's supposed to do. We want to have a z index of 10. What do we want in, how do they do it in? It has this button, which makes sense because I want to have a property on exit callback, I will call it, which is a function which returns void. Basically, I want here awesome. Bingo. I think I can do it with an X, but close. Look how nice it is. But I like this one better. But I want to know if which ones are free. This one is nice. I'll take this one. Up. Const. So I want to make a div which is display flags. Reason being is I want to align it to the right. So whatever is inside that, I want it to be sent there. Display flex and flex justify content. Content flex, how do you call it? Flex and I wanted to have the width of 100%. I'm not sure if I need the width, but I want a padding on this thing of 2 RAM. We want the exit button container. We want this side div. Exit. Okay, let's see. Finder. Oh yeah, you want the callback. And it's actually a button. But I will style it later. Okay. On click, I want to call exit callback. Okay. That would be one. And inside channels, we want the exit callback to be set model to false. Okay, let's see what we have. Do this. Ooh. I definitely need a color to that text because I don't see anything. Okay. This one is here. Do I have the impression that it's bigger than it should be? That the fuck? Okay. Which one is it? It's so hard to debug. Better. Okay. So let's make it a bit more. So color black. Box sizing border box. And what else do I want? I want, besides the color and so on, I want the font size to be 2 RAM. So, yay, cool. Can I do it like this? Because in Slack it's like that. Yes, I can. Now it's easier to definitely this one should be a portal because you can see I can actually, it should be outside of the, and I will make it as a portal. But now I just want to be able to create the channels quickly and okay. So this will be a button. Button close, styled, div, outline none, border none, border radius none, what else? I want the eye to take the width 100%. I want to have padding of 1 rem, and I want on hover, I want the cursor to be a pointer, and I want the background color to be light gray. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's replace it. Button close, and I want the text alignment to be center. Text align center. So this is style component things. If you don't know, I target the eye inside the button. It's like in SaaS, nested thing. And this is like I'm saying this element, when it's hover, do this. You have to put the ampersand to basically say that this thingy on hover. I don't know it very well how to explain, but the ampersand refers to the current element. So it basically is the same thing as you saying this element on hover, blah, blah, blah. So it makes it way more easier for us to write. It's exactly like it is in SaaS. Nothing special. Okay. Okay, this this didn't work very well. Okay, yeah, it didn't work very well because I messed up the styling. Didn't I say that I want the font size to fit 2 rem? Inherit. Can it inherit it from the parent? Yes. Cool. How is it in Slack? Does it look so gross? Aha. Actually, it does have a border radius of 100%, isn't it? And escape. Okay. So now it should look way better. Nice. I think the font is too big, if you ask me, but good enough for now. Good enough for now. So I want created channels. Okay. This should be a separate component, but for this element, I will do it here and I will refactor it later. Okay, so I want create channel. Okay, and I want a form. Hop. What do we need if we create a channel? Search. We only need a name, I think. The group, I don't remember exactly for what I set it. So label HTML4 channel name. Okay, name input. Hop. name, channel name, and what is it, ID, channel name. Right, it will look very ugly. I want to make it a bit easier to style, so I'll set this thing to true. We have the finder. Okay, great, channel name. Yeah, okay. We want only in this thing to have display flex. Oh, wait. Of course it does it like this, because I will move it here. I don't need the div here, do I? What is it that it takes? What? Yeah. So this is the container, cool. This is what? Ah. I think I do need that 100%. Because here I don't have any display flex, do I? I'll just make sure that and I'll create a form thingy. I want to have a width of 100%. Label should have font weight bolder, and it should have a width of 100%. Channel the width, I don't want to have it too big, so I want max width 700 pixels. I don't want it stretched on a TV on blah blah blah. What's with channel? The input should be with 100%. It should have a padding of 1 rem. I want it to look nice. So, and border 1 pixel solid black. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how did they do it. I'm curious to see. Input. They have an after on it or something, I guess. Or no. I thought so. I thought that they put it there and then you have padding. I guess you have font, yeah, and you have a padding. Yeah, that's how we would do it. But I would have done it as well, something like that. Place order AG leads. Okay. Okay, so I think we are quite close, and on submit. I still want to first see how it looks, because I'm not convinced that my CSS is that good. Of course, of course, of course. So we have the ah. Now I've seen it where the problem is. But I wonder. Why do you take the full width? Ah, now it's better. But the form. Can I do something like this? Margin 0 auto. Yes, I can. But the label should be 100%, no? And it's not. This is so stupid. Should be display block. Yeah. I don't think that I need. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Except this blue thingy. But it's okay. It's okay, I think. So let's check it again. Name. Yeah, the font should be smaller. But never mind. Takes too much time for nothing to. How do we call the mutation? Because that's an interesting one. Submit message. Yeah, so we do it inline. I'll do it like this. No, no, no. Like this, and we close the mutation. Is it not? Oh, come on. What you don't like? Oh yeah, of course. Not an abort controller. Okay. We import mutation, submit mutation. Okay. We need to write down the mutation, I guess. Const create channel mutation equals GQL. What was it? Mutation create channel. We only want name, which is of type string. Say name, const types name, like this. And we call this create channel mutation, submit message, not submit messages, create channel. I already have the types as I have explained you, so it should be channel. Let's see it in generated. Oh no, I first have to write the mutation and then it have to run it afterwards. So. But I have it run now, so maybe if I try now, let's see. Oop. Yarn create types. Okay. It will take a bit because I'm running npx. Again, as I've explained you, I tried to install the Apollo CLI locally in the project and it failed because of some duplicate GraphQL dependency. So yeah, we have it here. Submit message. Do we have anything for the finder? I don't think so. Yeah. No, I think I have to write a mutation, or did I wrote it wrong? I have to call it. Do I have to call it like this? Because I think I've put the right things in it. Oh yeah, but of course I haven't saved the file. Run it again. I'm really sorry for this. Okay. Validation of GraphQL query document fail. Okay, so I actually have to write something which makes sense, I guess. Isn't it? Or to test it if it works. Because, oh yeah, I'm not returning anything from it. So I want the ID, I guess. Okay, whatever. We'll see. I know it's returning ID. Yeah. Something like this. Let's try it again. Okay, in the meantime, we want on It actually worked this time. Submit. We want to create channel. Okay. So we first want to prevent the default. Okay, cool. And then e dot target. I have to type it as any because then I won't be able to reset the form. E dot target dot name, I guess, not value. Should put it. So did it create me in the Finder? Create channel. Yes, this is what I want. Create channel. Let me see what I have here. Because create channel, type name channel, create channel, insert channel, station. Huh? Create channel, insert channel. I think this is what I want. Create channel. No, it's not. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Create channel. How did I do it in submit? Mutation, variables, and that's it. Okay, that should be fine. No, Finder. Variables. ID. No, it's name. Name e dot target dot name. Okay, so we want this. I think so. Let's try it. You know what? Created this file. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm gonna delete it. Problem solved. Global types. Are you insane? Are you insane? Dave. Not this. What? Move this thing. Okay. I want the name of the channel to be ES6. Oh, and I have no submit button. How do they do it? they have a cancel and a create channel. Okay. Okay. On this one, I want to close the model, fake model that we made, call back, cancel. Oh, is it props? No, right? It's in props. Props. Is it callback? On this one is of type submit. Thing is, what you don't like. Fine. I'm not gonna style them for now because reason being we are running out of time, so I want to focus on creating this one, and then maybe I'll do it in the next one, or I'll do it on my own and explain it to you. I'm not sure you are all interested in the CSS part of it. So ES6 create non-null violation, value name null, values non-null constraint. So what did we send? Mutation, create channel, the variables is empty. Yeah, because it's channel name. ES6 create. It created preview errors. What was the error? Group. Okay, I'll make the group. I don't know what the group is, to be honest. So yeah, cool. Now how do I do a mutation after this one is successful? Because I have the ID. So now let's say Apollo run mutation after another mutation. I think it's called on update or something, right? DuckDuckGo doesn't provide me the so Apollo run another mutation after successful mutation. Well, I could do a transaction on Hasura, but I don't know how to do that. To be honest, can we do transactions? Transactions Hasura, because that would be cool. Migrations, bulk update and delete. Oh yeah, but I said that. Mutations up to update. Mutation batching. Polo mutation batching. But it's not how to make side effects after mutation. But I know how to. Wait. I wrap it in another mutation. That's logical, isn't it? Okay. And we have const create membership GQL. So what do we need for the membership? Channel, insert membership. We need the channel ID and the user ID. We say that the direct is false. So mutation, create membership. We need the user ID and the channel ID. User ID, which is string, and we need channel ID, which is UUID. It's this one with a user ID and channel ID. This one should be without this. Did I spell it the same way? Yes. And turning ID. Okay. Now I want a mutation. Is the create membership without the T maybe? Okay. We would have something like this. Create membership. Okay. Hop, 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 hop. Hop. Cut it. Put it into something like this and should be fine. Okay, and we want, how do I do something if the mutation is completed? So I want mutation Apollo. Mutations, make this one bigger. To do variables tanana. Optimistic response and update. Updating the cache. Does it make sense to put it like here? I'll put it into the update. Okay. So how is it? Update Where is it, the update method? Query, mutation, update to do. Where is the update? Did I miss something? Okay, here. Update. So. Smaller. Yes. Update. I don't really want the cache. I want the data. I want to know what the data is. Can I call it null here? No, of course not. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, I hate this. Come on, just do it. I want you to have this running. So, JavaScript, create a data, search channel, returning an array, blah blah. So, the data that we pass here, I think this one is a channel insert returning, isn't it? So it means that call, no, it's not. My god. No, I've made it though it's create channel. We have insert channel. It's create channel. Okay. Okay, data dot insert channel dot returning 0. Okay. What does it complain about? Updating the cache. Whatever. So what I want is to call create membership variables. This is the channel ID. And we also have the user ID, which we have it in the store. Okay, so this one is okay. User ID is user. I don't know, I'll just put it like this and figure out later. Now I'm curious, if we say React, returning of undefined, okay. Because we did this. Angular. Why? Why? Also, what does it come back as? This is annoying. Preview. Data. Insert channel. Returning. Is this an object or? Because I don't follow it exactly. Test. Create. Data. Insert channel. What is? Test 2. What? This is incredible. I can't believe it. Do I have to put it like this? Undefined. That's fantastic. I don't get it. Because it returns. I know it returns something data. It is an object. What? Or no? Is it? Do I? Do I have to parse it? No. Seems to be fine. You know what? I'll do something else. Object dot keys data zero. Come on, tell me you work. I don't want to make it this horrible, but it's data, really? Oh my god. Vue.js. No such type exists in schema string. Huh? What? What did I send? Channel ID and user 1. Right? And the response is no such type exists in schema string. Oh, I think I've put it with the smallest. Let's try Ember. Did it cut through? Yes. And now if I close it and I refresh it, yeah, it shows Ember. Cool. So that's one nice thing about it. I want this on update to call x props. Let's go back. Right, so you successfully created, and you come here. Oh yeah, you want in the channels to be false. No, I want to delete all the test channels that we have created. Oh, this one, 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 and this one. So now what I want is to create a channel nicely and update it here. So I think we need a subscription as well here for the channel. But let's try to write React here. Create. If I refresh, it's here. Cool. And what I want if I in here to add myself to the channel. So for instance, I know there is an existing channel, but that's what. Oh, I think I'm running out of time, so I'll do that next time then. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for staying, and I'll see you next time when we continue adding possibility to join a channel. We will add subscriptions so that you don't have to refresh the thing for the channels. And yeah, that's what we are gonna do. Your possibility to add yourself to the channel, make a model instead of this thing, and adding subscriptions, and maybe fix the flickering stuff. So yeah, thanks for staying, and see you next time.